unidentified ship. We're going to attempt to scan you for contraband. Please comply. Pretty please. Scan complete. Welcome to Gagarin. You are cleared to land.
Landing site looks clean. Let's set it down.
Mech construction is a dead industry, Chief Pretorius. Those jobs aren't coming back. But Reliant Medical, Archmite, and Satori Mills are dedicated to Gagarin. We were just hoping Gagarin could show the same dedication in return.
I'm not closing off the city every time you want to run a tour group through here.
Our investor visits are the key to making Gagarin a place that works again. A place where people want to live again.
People are living here just fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have security work to get back to.
Don't even think about trying anything. Can I help you? That is a pretty huge favor, especially coming from someone I don't even know. If saving your job requires a security keycard, I think you've got bigger problems. I thought I made myself clear. I'm not giving you my card. I suppose you aren't some common street trash. Don't get ahead of yourself. We'll see who gets tired of this first. Security keycards aren't for the general public. I don't care. Sure would be nice. Don't you have a job to get back to?
Mech construction is a dead industry.
Welcome to
Chief
Gagarin.
Pretorius.
Your ship
Those
needs
jobs
fuel?
aren't coming
Repairs?
back. But Medical, Archmite, and Satori Mills are dedicated to Gagarin. We were just hoping Gagarin could show the same dedication in return.
I'm not closing off the city.
Something I
every
can
time
do for
want
you.
to run a tour group through here.
Our investor visits are the key to making Gagarin
Sure,
a place that
sure.
works again.
Let
A
me
place
just
where
get right
people
on
want
that.
to live again.
People are living here just fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have security work
If
to get
it's an
back to.
emergency, it sounds like you need to... I think you're under the wrong impression here. Not my problem. You think you scare me? I understand that you need it, but I can't help you. If you want to...
That construction is a dead industry, Chief Pretorius. Those jobs aren't coming back.
You sure
But
you
Reliant
belong
Medical,
here?
Arkham...
You need help with something.
...are dedicated to Gagarin. We were just...
I hate to
hoping Gagarin
disappoint
would show
you.
the same dedication in return.
I'm not
sure
closing
what
the
kind of
city.
emergency.
Every time you want to run a...
I'm not sure there's any...
Our investor visits are the key to making Gagarin a place that works again. A place where people want to live again.
People are living here just fine. Now, if you'll excuse me,
It'll take
I
more
have
than being
security
well-dressed
work
to
get back.
convince me. Calm down. Maybe we can work this out. Give me a second. I'm thinking about it. Fine, the key's yours. Just remember to bring it back, or I'm reporting you. You got that key card with your life. Got it? You lose that, and it's both our jobs on the line.
As technicians, we handle prep and post-op.
Hey there. Got that key card? Now we're talking. Not bad for a novice. I think you're ready to kick things up a notch, and your timing couldn't be better. Good. It's time for a change of pace. This next assignment requires a bit more discretion for two reasons. First, you'll be dealing with high-level executives, and second, you'll be in the Astra Lounge here in Neon.
Discretion and the trade tower in Neon don't exactly go hand in hand.
I thought that might spark interest. Our techs failed to uncover a potential deal between Infinity Ltd. And Quantum Synergies. Your job is to make sure that deal fails. Infinity Ltd. Is one of our aspiring competitors. They have products in several similar fields, ships and neuroamps being the exception. Quantum Synergies specializes in ship operating software. We don't consider them a major competitor since their product line is so narrow. If the two are meeting to work out a contract, that tells us Infinity must be looking to get into the ship business. And we'd like to delay that, if we can. That's what we're hoping for. You'll be speaking with Quantum Synergy's Executive Director Zola Adisa and their Financial Manager Arthur Cruz. I'll be giving you a dossier on both. I strongly suggest you read them for talking points. I suppose I can give you a brief rundown. We'll start with Zola. Zola is a born and bred executive. It runs in the family, so she's highly accustomed to an upper-class lifestyle. She's a narcissist who's also obsessed with public perception, both of her and Quantum Synergies. She wants to be associated with the latest and greatest, so she's drawn to innovation and quality. She's considered it, but she's next in line to be CEO over at Quantum. If she came here, she'd have to deal with stiff competition. As for her talking points, the key things to remember are, Infinity is the cheap version of Ryujin. They're a follower, not a leader, and they lack any sense of clear vision. Infinity has struggled with leadership and turnover for a long time now. Lucas Drexler is probably the 5th CEO they've had in the past few years. Plus, it's hard to keep good employees when much better corporations who will pay more are out there. They've launched several, but none survive long. Nothing that would be as big as neuroamps or grav drives. That's why they've taken to just following whatever trends companies like Ryujin set. If they can't make money off ingenuity, they can certainly sell someone a cheaper version of a more expensive product they may want. Infinity Ltd's strategy to make money is to cut cost on quality. You can compare any one of our products to theirs and see it almost instantly. Low-grade synthetics, flimsy thin materials, high energy usage, they issue at least 1 or 2 recalls a year. Just remember, you can refer to the dossier at any time as a refresher. Now, on to Arthur Cruz. Arthur is a self-made man, and he prides himself on that. He's a full package, having both an extremely good knack for numbers and knowing how to talk to people. As Quantum Synergy's financial manager, he's all about driving profit with as little risk as possible. He makes decisions based on facts and heavily researched trends. It sounds like the two of you could really hit it off. Arthur's a great talker, but even the best can lose an audience when finance is the topic. Talking points for Arthur are aimed at steering him toward Ryujin over Infinity Ltd. Ryujin's profits are 25.7% higher than Infinity's, even with a superior quality product. Infinity's profits are fabricated. They're one audit away from ruin. We have a history of being financially secure that's never wavered, and we have the legal and marketing teams to handle anything that might threaten that. Quantum Synergies is the top name in ship OS. Their reputation has allowed them to keep the best engineers on their payroll. We can't deny that working with them would be beneficial for us, and Arthur is our best bet in making that happen. Besides, an open collaboration gives us easier access to information we'd otherwise have to find a more clever means of discovering. Sounds like you're ready then. I'd still highly recommend reading the dossiers, though. Sometimes bullet-pointed statements can stick out in minds easier than conversation. Exactly. Those lines are most likely to sway Zola and Arthur away from Infinity, not to mention give them a gentle nudge in our direction. The Infinity Ltd rep is Nina Hart. I'll also be giving you an altered version of her presentation to swap out with the original. We've changed several figures, just enough to cause sufficient confusion throughout their meeting. If it's not on her person, it will be in the suite she has reserved. Suites are patrolled, so she'll believe it's secure. If you can't manage to get her room key or deal with the door itself, try Boone Morgan, the manager. Boone appreciates credits, if you know what I mean. We got lucky on that one. Nina was making some last-minute changes to it at her own home and happened to save it to her personal data storage. Of course, we were able to access it, so we fabricated our own with new figures and put it on an Infinity Ltd slate. Assuming she's using an Infinity Ltd slate is a bit of a gamble, but one we're willing to take. Whenever executives are faced with numbers that don't properly match up, any faith they may have had will falter. Finally, I recommend dressing appropriately, so I've taken the liberty of having a suit made for you. We need absolute discretion on this one. I don't want any SSNN broadcasts about murder in the Astral Lounge. Got it? Business executives aren't going to take advice from just anyone. Show up looking like an Ebbside street rat or mercenary for hire, and you're lucky if they'll even acknowledge you. If you think you can do better, you're welcome to it. I suppose I can even provide you with a small allowance. Just keep in mind, business attire is preferred, club attire would be second to help blend in. I bet you are. Just remember to keep a low profile. Don't let the Astral Lounge distract you too much.
James Newell better watch his back. He's causing problems. What percentage are causing problems in Neon?
All these years, and Bayou hasn't let this place slip a single notch. The man knows how to run a business. As do you. Tell me, you don't happen to work for Infinity Ltd., do you? Got something against Infinity, I take it. I'd love to hear your... Sounds like a bad marriage. And I can only afford one of those. Aren't you the resourceful one? That number tracks with the insider details I've been getting. Interesting. Look, it was nice meeting you, and I quite enjoyed our little talk. But it sounds like I need to take another look at some data before I head into this presentation of theirs. See you around, and maybe next time I'll be doing business with you.
Sorry, do I know you? Conversation it is. You have piqued my interest. Besides, I intend to take full advantage of this business trip. Quantum Synergies. I assume you have heard of us. It is nice to see you are familiar with our business. Ryujin Industries. A good guess since we are here in Neon, but no. Infinity Ltd. Risky, you say. By all means, enlighten me. Though I find your statement insulting, your assumption is correct. My colleagues have put profit above quality against my advice. But perhaps I should push back more. A surprising conversation, and one I would never expect from someone such as yourself. I suppose the old saying, never judge a book by its cover, is appropriate here. It seems I have quite a bit to reconsider now. So it looks like the pleasure aspect of my trip needs to be postponed. Thank you for the insight.
Nicely done.